Hey, today we're diving into a really interesting topic, the energy exchange in families, especially when it comes to expectations and the value of what we give and receive. It's kind of like a balancing act, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the concept of energy exchange is something people don't really think about, but it affects everything we do. Like when parents give their kids everything, there's always this underlying expectation that something should come back, right?
Exactly. It's like there's this law of energy conservation at play. If you give a lot, you expect something in return, and if you don't get it, you feel it. It's like an unspoken debt.
Right, like when parents do everything for their child, love, care, effort, and then later they expect the child to reciprocate in some way, whether it's respect, care, or just living up to their potential. But if the child doesn't meet those expectations, things can get tense, right?
Yeah, and that's where the pressure builds up. If the child feels this debt, they might end up feeling overwhelmed, especially if they don't know how to repay it. It's like carrying this invisible weight.
Definitely. And if they don't understand what's going on, it can cause a lot of stress. They might start struggling with things like school, relationships, or even their own identity. That weight of expectation can be a huge burden.
Exactly. It's like the more you give, the more you expect in return. But here's the thing, if you don't get what you expect, you can feel frustrated. It's almost like you're not getting paid back for the energy you've invested.
It's a tricky dynamic. And it's not just within families. Take international relations, for example. Countries that receive help or aid might expect something back eventually, too. It's all about balancing that energy exchange, whether it's emotional, physical, or even political.
Oh, that's a great point. Like after wars or conflicts, when one country helps another rebuild, there's always that underlying expectation that at some point they'll get something in return. It's like they're keeping a mental ledger of debt.
And that's why sometimes things get messy. If that debt isn't paid back in a way that's expected, it can lead to tension or even conflicts. It's all about balancing those expectations and making sure the exchange feels fair to everyone involved.
Going back to the family dynamic, if you're giving a lot and the other person isn't giving anything back, it creates this imbalance, right? But sometimes the real issue is that they don't even realize they're supposed to repay that energy.
Exactly. And what happens is that the person who gave feels frustrated or maybe even resentful, thinking, I've done so much, where's the return? It's that invisible debt they want settled.
And it's interesting because even though it's an emotional exchange, it can manifest in really practical ways. Like if a parent gives their child everything, love, time, resources, and the child doesn't seem to appreciate it, it can create that tension.
That's where the expectations become more than just love or care. They turn into pressure. And when the child feels that, they might shut down, or their performance, be it in school or life, might start to drop. It's like an emotional block.
Exactly. It's like they're stuck in this cycle of not enough. And the key is to break that cycle. It's about understanding that what you give doesn't always need to be returned immediately or in the same form.
Right, the best way to balance this is by giving freedom and space to grow. When the parent sets up a path for the child, where they can find their own way without constant pressure, they can avoid that feeling of being stuck.
That's a good point. It's about providing a framework or a direction for them so they can make their own choices and grow independently. It's like giving them the tools to repay the energy, but in their own way.
Yeah. And once they have that freedom, they can work towards something greater. And eventually, that energy exchange is balanced in a more meaningful way. They might not directly repay the parent, but they can contribute to society or achieve something that makes everyone proud.
Exactly. It's about the long term picture. When you put the right support in place, it's not just about expecting something back right away. It's about setting them up for success so that later on, they can find their own way to give back.
Yeah, and the key to all of this is understanding the law of energy exchange. It's not about the immediate payback, but about trusting that things will come full circle, eventually.
Right? So when we think about it, the family dynamic really comes down to a healthy balance of expectations and giving without creating too much pressure. It's not about expecting something immediately, but more about setting the right foundation for growth and development.
Absolutely. And that's how we can create a positive, supportive environment for our families to thrive. By giving without expecting something in return and trusting that over time things will balance out.
Well, this was a really deep dive into how energy and expectations work in our personal lives. I think it's something everyone can relate to. So, for all the parents and families out there, remember it's all about balance.
Definitely. Keep the energy flowing in a healthy way and everyone will benefit. It's all about understanding and patience.